80, partly cloudy tonight, low 60. Sunny and 90 tomorrow for Wednesday, mostly sunny, high 90. Scattered showers 85 on Thursday, and the outlook for Friday, scattered showers with the high 88. Overnight low was 54, yesterday's high 76. Currently, humidity at 55%, winds from the southeast at 5 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.3. Right now, sunshine 64 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Fairfield.
It's Diane Zerlini. If you didn't recognize the voice, we're not going to use you as the mystery voice. Everybody knows what your voice sounds like. Thank you for being here. We're so happy to see you.
Oh, I'm glad to be out of the house.
We're glad to have you here. Boy, what an interesting weekend, to say the least. I got this text on Friday. I believe it was Friday afternoon. And it was somebody who was asking me about the shootings in Carmi. And this is what happens.
The murder-suicide in Carmi.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's the interesting part. You know how people with fat thumbs
and fat tongues too.
I've always been told I have one of those. You know how autocorrect does stuff?
Oh, I
You know
know.
what I mean?
Oh.
Well, this person sent this to me. Have you heard about the devil shootings in Carmi? And I'm thinking, oh my, there's some satanic rites going on. It was double shooting. I'm out researching, trying to find out about the satanic shootings in Carmi. It just shows you. I'm trying to go through all the things that happened, and I want to talk to you in a second because you got something that's interesting that's happening this afternoon, Z. We had just a beautiful weekend at the cabin. Had some pork burgers on the open fire.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The weather this weekend was probably the best weekend we've had in a long time.
And we may not see it again until
It's going to get hot.
October or November.
Yep.
Carol has a raised bed garden in the back. And when I say raised, I mean it's like 3 foot tall.
Right.
Oh, wow.
You know how much dirt goes into?
There's
A lot.
There's
Because
there's a lot of potting soil that goes in one of those raised gardens.
We bought 16 bags of 60-pound sacks of dirt.
Wasn't enough, was it?
Well, it killed me. It was barely enough. But I mean, can you imagine? I mean, even if you just to lift it out of the truck and haul it to the thing, I was spent.
So you got your exercise.
That's
I
right.
sure did. I saw this note out of St. Louis. The Marriott downtown has, I believe, close to 900 rooms. There are 450 employees. 400 of them got their pink slips on Friday.
Oh, well, the business is dead down.
No baseball?
With no baseball, no
No
hockey,
conventions?
no conventions,
Also
nothing.
saw this note yesterday from St. Louis. Officials there are urging people who took part in the protest over the weekend to get tested for
Yes,
COVID-19.
Atlanta
Oh.
said the same thing. The Atlanta
my.
mayor.
Yeah.
Sunday, I had breakfast with some friends.
Yeah.
What a lift to my spirits. We were cool on everything. We did everything the way we're supposed to. But I mean, just to be able to sit and converse with some people that I've been socially deprived, and it was a wonderful thing. The other thing that I did, and I can't believe, I have a friend, and you know him too, who got married on Zoom. Z, and this was not his first rodeo. Okay,
Right.
and so he did it on Zoom. And so I'm sitting by a campfire and I'm watching this. And the first thing he did was he pressed a button and he sang a solo to his bride. You remember the episode in Andy Griffith where Thelma Lou says, Barney can't sing. This guy can't
Barney's
sing.
a great guy, but
he can't sing.
Well, when he sang to the Fair Juanita that time, that was pretty bad.
Anyway, this was just, and I had to reach down and to make sure that I pressed mute, so that there would be no way they could hear me laughing. It would be terrible in the wedding if all of a sudden the camera switched to me at a campfire.
And you're laughing.
And I'm laughing. It was terrible. All right, so 3:30 today. Tell us what's going to happen. You think it's going to happen today at
Well,
3:30.
they've canceled it twice, or postponed it, I should say, rather than cancel. Cancel means you're not going to have it at all. But they were supposed to have it on Thursday after the governor's message of the weekday, and then Friday. But the IHSA is going to have a conference call with all the ADs in the state to talk about what the next move is, about what they can. Normally in summer you have contact days with your different sports.
Right.
So obviously that's not been happening. So they're supposed to come out with the new guidelines. Hopefully coaches will be able to start getting together with their teams, their athletes. And, it's a double importance there. It's not just to get your kids ready. It's to have contact with your kids. That's really important.
And get the kids.
And
to
get
have
the kid
contact
and
with
see
each
the
other and get used to
kids.
each other. Yeah.
Sports are important. I mean, it's not the driving force behind your school, but it's an important part of the school experience. Plus, it's an important part for those students, for those coaches who are definitely role models and mentors to those kids. And so having that daily contact, seeing those coaches, seeing the interest that they put into those kids. So today's a pretty big day. Hopefully we're going to hear some positive things. I know the IHSA is working with the Illinois Department of Public Health, IDPH, and ISB, the Illinois State Board of Education, and the governor. And all four of those together are trying to come up with a plan so that we can have high school athletics in the fall. I truly believe that we're going to go back to school.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you think that. I think you're right. But do you see a switcheroo on the fall, spring sports? Or
That's
not?
one of the proposals out there. I don't know that they would have to make that decision pretty quickly.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to have to be
because
made quick.
Sometime I'd say the middle of June, third week of June, somewhere along there. That's a pretty radical thing. I was thinking about this yesterday, about all this, and I thought, I would rather adapt so that we can have sports than say, I can't adapt, we're rigid, and not have any sports. What we see in the fall is probably going to be a lot different. We may not have spectators. Whatever. I'm not going to speculate too much because Jill Fulkerson and Bobby Wells' job's hard enough. Mm-hmm. And they've got to make some... but whatever happens, if we can have sports, that's the best thing possible. If we can have school and have sports, that'd be fantastic.
Speaking of sports and speculation, Chester obviously getting out of the BDC.
Oh, yeah, that's been coming.
Yeah, it's been coming. Who's the who do you think's coming in?
Well,
are we going to add another one?
I know Florida's had interest for years. They just kind of feel like the odd duck in the little Illini, and it's just
they're the farthest west.
Well, and it's
the
progressively
LIC.
got bigger. You've let Olney in, and some of those schools.
And Mount Carmel now wants in
and
pretty bad.
They want in desperately. With the district thing going to the wayside, it's not been good for them. But
you'd have to believe there would be much more support inside the conference for Florida than there would be for Mount Carmel.
Yes, or don't add anybody. And
well,
you don't have to be a closed conference in football.
Well, you got to look at Vienna, too. You got to think they're either going to drop football or 8-man football after they were down to, 16, 17 kids
17 kids, and that's not fair to those kids.
No.
The thinking on that was that they were going to get those really good athletes from Goreville to come play at Vienna, and that has not happened. And Goreville has tremendous athletes right now.
Yes, they do.
They've gone through a run that's unbelievable. But you could go to a 9-team football conference and pick up, and there's river-to-river schools that would pick up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know Fairfield wouldn't be averse to playing some of them. I don't know about some of the other river schools, but they've got to make a decision as a conference as what's best for the conference.
When's that likely going to happen? You have any idea?
2 years from now.
It'll probably be 2 years, but the vote by the Chester School Board should be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
They're going to accept the recommendation of their
I think
superintendent and AD.
conclusion.
I mean, they just got into the Black Diamond because they so desperately wanted out of the river-to-river.
Yeah.
And so, geographically, they're going to play Sparta. That's what, 5 miles from Chester.
Yeah,
East
5,
Alton,
10
Wood
miles.
River, Roxana. all up there.
Roxana.
Yeah.
Right. The farthest
But you know
they
what?
would have
That
to go is
haul to
Salem.
Roxana or East Altonwood River, that's a haul too.
For Chester, it is.
Yeah.
Sure is. But
Well, Chester's
see,
a haul from
Oakville-
just about anywhere.
yeah,
Oakville voted to join too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're going to
they're
be in,
wanting to
the,
come
in
in,
all
too.
sports. They don't have football, but
Yeah.
so
But
they're
they're-
going to. That's a mega
But
conference
the
now.
Cahokia is going to be a huge conference.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
think they're
going to have
adding-
18.
Yeah.
They're going to have 3 divisions of 6: small, medium, and large.
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Those larges will be Salem, Columbia.
Probably
Freeburg.
Trenton Westland's probably thrown in there.
I don't know if Trenton Westland's one of the large, but I know Salem, Columbia, and Freeburg are the 3
Redbud
largest.
maybe too.
Yeah.
and So
All right, it's time.
In the vernacular of the ethos, this is T-minus 60 seconds before the voice of man is lifted from Mother Earth and rocketed into the sky farther and longer than any voice ahead of him. Call this one of the first faltering steps of man to sever the umbilical cord of seriousness and stretch at a fingertip towards an unknown. In a moment, we'll join 2 men, Mike and Mark, and embark on an adventure because the environs overhead, the stars, the sky, the infinite space, are all part of a vast question mark known as the bucket of bunk.
You got to worry about those environs all the time.
yeah.
Keep your eyes to the sky is what I always say. Birthdays today, June 1st. Andy Griffith would have been 94 today. 94 years
All
old.
right.
He died in 2012 at the age of 86. He had a career that spanned 7 decades. Of course, best known for his role as Andy Taylor in the sitcom The Andy Griffith Show. I know many people think that's the greatest sitcom ever.
It's got to be up there at the top. In the
It's-
top 5 for sure.
It's good.
It just keeps. I mean,
It's
you can't-
timeless.
You can't turn on, go through the channels without finding it. It's still there. It's still omnipresent. He also was Ben Matlock. Excuse me. I just about made him another character. Ben Matlock in the legal drama Matlock. That was between 1986 and 1995. So he had 2 big hits on TV. He was born in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Airy, not to be confused with Erie. And his early career was as a stand-up comedian. Have you ever heard his bit, What It Was Football?
Yes.
It's classic.
Yeah.
It's great. Anyway, he of course parlayed that into. He was also in the great movie early on in his career, No Time for
I
Sorrow.
love that movie.
That movie's
One of my
hilarious.
PLO, the Permanent Latrine
Latrine
Orderly.
Orderly.
That's great.
And Barry Fife was in with him too.
Yeah, Don Knotts was in
Don
that. They
Knotts was in
became
that movie.
fast friends and stayed friends all the way through their entire life.
Jamie Farr was in that movie too.
Klinger?
I did not know that.
Yep.
Huh.
When they're on the airplane,
Yeah.
going above the nuclear, he's one of the pilots.
Wow.
He, in that sitcom, in the Andy Griffith Show, the first episode, Barney is portrayed as his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, I
then
didn't know that.
that gets completely
Yep.
lost, and he then is just a high school friend,
Yeah.
of Andy Griffith. Married 3 times. Andy Griffith had 2 adopted children. He died of a heart attack. He died of a heart attack and was buried 5 hours later in the Griffith family plot in Manteo, Roanoke Island, North Carolina. 5 hours.
Didn't it?
That's kind of almost like funerals in this day and age anymore.
Yeah.
You're right. But I thought that was interesting. Norma Jean Mortensen,
Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
She'd be 94 today. It's hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, people like Monroe and James Dean and JFK, they are captured in our mind as a snapshot, and they are never allowed to get older.
No,
in our
they're the
minds.
same age always.
And so, anyway, of course, she was top billed actress for
Especially
about a
this
decade.
weekend with JFK and with us getting the
Yeah.
spaceship off again. so-
Absolutely, it harkens us back to his admission back in 1962, I believe it was. Her films grossed $200 million. That's equivalent to $2 billion in 2019 bucks. By the time of her death in 1962, more than a half century later, she continues to be a major popular cultural icon, to say the least. Spent most of her childhood in foster homes, an orphanage, and she married when she was 16 years old. Worked in a factory as a part of the war effort of World War II. She met a photographer who happened to take some pictures of her. Mm-hmm. Next thing, she had an opportunity.
Photographer.
Yeah, well, there was a photographer that took some pictures of her that ended up in the 1953 first issue of Playboy. Not that I ever looked at that, but nonetheless, her photos graced the centerfold of that first issue. She had a troubled private life, and it got a lot of attention. She struggled with addiction, depression, anxiety. Her marriages to retired baseball star Joe DiMaggio and to playwright Arthur Miller were highly publicized. Both ended in divorce. DiMaggio's ended, the beginning of the end was he was on set the day that they shot the scene where
from Some Like It Hot.
Yeah,
the great
air came up underneath her dress, and he didn't think that was cool. Till the day he died, every day he had a fresh bouquet of roses put on Marilyn Monroe's grave. It was something that he did. Anyway, the possibility that she accidentally overdosed was ruled out because the dosages found in her body were several times over the lethal amount. Mm-hmm. According to the Guide of United States Popular Culture, she is an icon of American popular culture. Monroe's she has few rivals in popularity. They include Elvis Presley and Mickey Mouse. Those are the only other people that inspire such a wide range of emotions. Ronnie Dunn is 61 today.
Oh, from Brooks and Dunn?
Yes. Started in 2011. He worked as a solo artist after years, the dissolution of Brooks and Dunn. They're back together again.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're in residency in
Las Vegas.
Caesar's Palace. 1990, he and Kix Brooks formed Brooks and Dunn. In 91, they released their first album, Brand New Man, certified 6 times platinum.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'd say. They released 12 studio albums, 2 greatest hits albums, and a Christmas album. They sold over 30 million albums in all. They had 21 best singles, number 1 singles on Billboard. And he personally announced, and this is heresy in our household, he released a cover album in January of this year titled Redone. The album is a collection of 24 classic rock and country covers. He actually covered Amarillo by Morning.
Ooh, George Strait.
You don't do that at our house. There's only one person that sings Amarillo by Morning. So but my wife's got a picture with him. She was at a concert, and some guy came up. You pay money to go in and have the pre-meeting before the concert, Some guy had spent a lot of money to do that, and there was a line, and he didn't want to wait in the line. So he walked out and he said, I'll sell this ticket to somebody for $20. Well, she was on it. And there's a picture of her at our house, her and Ronnie Dunn. And she's got that look on her face like, look who I'm with.
You're talking about cover songs. This weekend, I heard Dolly Parton sing Stairway to Heaven.
No.
Yes.
And?
It was
What'd you
good.
think?
Yeah.
Well, everything she does is good.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
an
never heard
interesting
that.
selection,
I
don't you
thought
think?
that, yes.
They've had a few albums out in the past where country artists have done. I have an album at home of country artists covering Rolling Stones songs.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a couple of others that they did too.
You ever heard of the Vitamin Strings?
The Vitamin Strings?
Strings.
No.
They cover all the hard rock songs with sort of a classical strings.
Okay.
Really,
Oh.
Now,
it's
see,
excellent.
there's another band out that does a lot of classic rock songs to like 40s big band music.
All good stuff.
Something jukebox.
1938, on this date, June 1st, baseball helmets were worn for the first time.
What year was this?
1938.
Okay.
I don't know what prompted it. Maybe somebody got hit in the head, and that was that.
Probably got hit in the head and killed.
1944, the French resistance warned by a coded message from the United States and Britain that D-Day was coming.
Jean has a long moustache. The chair is in the corner.
1944. 5 days away, right? June 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Radio listeners in New York in 1961 and Illinois also introduced to FM multiplex stereo broadcasting for the first time. A year later, the FCC would make it standard. I believe this radio station, 104.9, I know the legend will correct me, but I want to say 65 or 66, something like that.
I was thinking 65 is what I've heard.
Yeah. 2009, the first event, a George Strait concert, was held at Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It was the first event in. Have you ever been in that facility?
I have not.
It's remarkable. I mean, it is the most palatial. There's artwork. There's like marble floors.
It's going to be interesting to see what that new one in L.A. looks like.
Yeah, I hope it collapses
I
on
do
itself.
too. They asked the NFL for another $500 million or whatever.
No kidding.
They're
Well, now this is the one that's going to be shared by both the Rams and the Chargers, right?
yeah.
If I was the Chargers, I'd get out of that. Anyway, we're talking about Dolly Parton. On this date, June 1st, in 1964, she moved to Nashville, Tennessee, one day after she graduated from high school. The only good things were going to happen after that. She hooked up with Porter Wagner.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he knew a good thing when he saw it.
Yes, he did. 1964, the Rolling Stones arrived in New York to begin their first tour of the United States. And in 1967, on this date, in Britain, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was released by the Beatles. Of course, that was a classic. Our question of the day took off. It was big, and it's perfect for having Z here. The Carnaby Square question of the day, and Z, of course, you know, Carnaby Square is the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield and has been for 40 years. We had over almost 5,000 people look at this. What should we teach in high school but don't? That's the question. We got all kinds of response. We'll be back with more on Morning Coffee with Diane Zerlini.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Hey parents, ever find yourself digging for money to send with your kids but figure out you're out of cash? We're introducing the F&B Easy Card. It's a debit card that can help teach the responsibility of managing money and be easily managed with your own banking errands. The best part? You can set custom daily limits like $10 a day and use online and mobile banking to transfer between this account and any other F&B checking account you own. Interested in learning more? Give us a call for details at 842-2107. F&B, member FDIC.
At Ubinger's Furniture Company, we know this is a time for safety and comfort. We're all spending more time at home to do our part at keeping everyone safe. We're here to help. Ubinger's has essentials like lift chairs and office furniture to help you work from home and do distance learning. Now we're open with limited hours and new guidelines. Starting May 1st, hours are Monday through Friday, 10 till 4, and Saturday, 10 till 3. Shop our website, our Facebook page, or call us at 662-4322. Shop Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deals are worth a drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
The Fairfield Chamber of Commerce has dedicated the month of June to celebrating small locally owned businesses. Fairfield businesses have evolved to provide the best service possible to their customers, all while maintaining social distancing. From June 8th through the 13th, they celebrate the men in the community. Participating stores will run specials throughout the week. When you shop local, you will be entered for a chance to win a cooler full of gift certificates from your local merchants.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when a military coup in Iraq overthrew the government and executed the prime minister? President Kennedy asked Congress to create a domestic version of the Peace Corps. NASA gave us word that temperatures on the planet Venus were a toasty 800 degrees. The Boeing 727 made its maiden flight. Studebaker decided that every one of its new cars would now include seatbelts. At Daytona, Tiny Lund got the checkered flag. And your trusty transistor radio was pumping out hits like these.
It's the end of the world.
You're the reason I'm living. What will my Mary say? I wanna be around. Ruby, Ruby, will you be mine? Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain. My mama didn't lie. The gypsy cried. Raining on the bossa nova. Walk right in.
Okay, when did we first hear all this? The answer and a piece of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
At Walgreens, we know summer may look a little different this year. That's why we've made it easier to enjoy the moments you do make with new ways to shop. With shop online and pick up in our drive-thru, or quick same-day delivery on select items with Postmates, you can keep summer going. This week, find great deals like select varieties of Nice Brand nuts for $3.99 and all 12-pack soda buy 2, get 1 free. Walgreens. Offers valid with card while supplies last. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See walgreens.com for details.
Okay, you know how it feels when you've saved enough for that long-awaited home edition? Now imagine an addition on that addition. Whoa. That's the feeling with Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5 times, as represented by 5 times more singers. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Rate comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
February 1963.
The Four Seasons and Walk Like a Man, the top song of February 1963. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Complete HVAC is concerned about your indoor air quality, so they are offering for a limited time a high-efficiency media filter cabinet, $120 value free of charge when you purchase a Carrier Complete system, furnace with AC or heat pump. The filter has an exceptionally large surface area which traps airborne pollutants and irritants regardless of the season and provides a cleaner, fresher air. Turn to the experts at Complete HVAC, your Carrier dealer in Albion. Call Stu or Sam at 618-445-3329 today for a free estimate.
During the month of June, Uniquely Rustique will participate in all retail merchant promotions. Stop by each week to register for a chance to win. Uniquely Rustique will celebrate their 12th anniversary this month with specials and promotions all month long. They would like to say a special thank you to their loyal customers for allowing them to serve you. Like them on Facebook or call 842-3544 for curbside pickup or delivery services. Shop locally at Uniquely Rustique for a truly unique shopping experience. Remembering why Carnaby got into business, the love of fashion, the love of selling quality products, services, making a little money, but most of all, the love of the people they assist. As Carnaby reopens their doors, Carnaby believes their relationship with the customers and community has strengthened. You continue to inspire them to move forward and not give up. Let's ease back into going shopping and dressing up. The Carnaby girls are excited to assist you with spending your gift certificates or selecting a new look. Oh, happy day. Grab a friend and let's go shopping.
Oh, we're back on Morning Coffee. We have such interesting conversations while we're away, don't we?
We do.
It's always fun.
We solve the world's problems.
We think.
In about what, 3 minutes?
Yeah, so. we could do that. The Carnaby Square question of the day: what should we teach in high school but don't? We had like 4,900 people reached by this, which is really remarkable. And it's perfect that you're here, Z, because your career in education. Let me just run through some of these.
Okay.
And you comment. How about you tell us what you think as I read it. Phil says, classes geared toward financial responsibility and tax-based learning.
They have those classes.
Okay.
consumer ed, whatever you want to call it, but they go over how you handle a checkbook, how about loans and percentages and buying a house
Now,
and
is
mortgages.
that an elective course or is that mandatory?
I don't know now. It used to be a mandatory class.
Okay,
You had to have 9 weeks.
I think it should be a mandatory class.
Sheila claims that there are some middle school kids that can't tell time.
There's a lot of adults that can't tell time.
That's probably right. Shirley says, general mechanics for all would be a good start. Changing tires, oil change, laundry essentials, and etiquette. You know what I do when you know what I did when my tire blew out there on South First?
You call AAA.
Buy AAA, then you don't have to worry about it. I taught my sons how to do a flat tire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I showed them the number to call AAA. Brenda says, more than ever, they need life skills. Now, I keep seeing life skills throughout this. What do you think that means?
I don't know if it means knowing how to wash your clothes or cook or whatever. I mean,
I think it's the basics, financial, using the checkbook.
Yes.
Okay.
Doing the laundry.
Some of those things start at home, too.
Yeah. A lot of them start at home.
Christine says the Bible. That's going to be a problem.
You can't.
That's going to be a problem.
Whose Bible?
Carrie, exactly. Carrie says business courses. There are business courses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff says life skills, common sense. Linda says home ec. Well, there's still home ec,
Yes,
right?
there is. Yeah. They have sewing and they have cooking classes.
I don't think they actually call it home ec anymore, though, do they?
I don't know what the correct FCCLA is, the organization that the kids belong to, Future Consumer or something.
I might have been well served to have taken. I mean, I don't think that home ec used to, in the day, was strictly a female class. I mean, or back in my era.
Oh, mine too. There were.
But I'm not so certain that's not a good one for. I think I would have benefited from taking it.
No, I think they have boys that take it now.
Yeah,
a lot.
I took home ec in high school.
Well, I will say I had home
did?
ec my freshman year, and
There were a lot of us ball players that took home ec in high school.
You needed the grades
because we needed the class, and we could get. It was right before last hour PE. Because, all the ball players were last hour PE, so you could take off a little early and go down to the gym.
Well, I had Pat Vaughn as my home ec teacher.
Okay.
And she told me to give up being a seamstress.
I thought you were going to say you took it because there was
girls.
There was somebody in there that you wanted to sit in there by.
There was not.
Now, that's not an easy grade, like I said.
No, it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
I just can't fathom, because I cooked from a young age, that people that can't cook, I just can't understand that.
I know how to cook very well. I've got every phone number for every delivery place in my phone.
Have you got problems with your phone? Call AAA. Aaron says the entire process involving buying significant purchases such as vehicles and homes. Okay. This is not legit, I think. Diana, life skills. Everybody, a lot of life skills. Tammy said, I wonder if home ec is still taught. Yes, we've already answered that. Roger says, respect and manners, although that should be started much earlier than high school, and it should actually be taught at home. I think your thoughts exactly. Shane says, trades and life skills. Trades are important, are big in these. Tommy says, how about offering an advanced research class so they learn how to fact check before regurgitating some falsehood on social media?
Isn't that what the library's for?
YouTube.
But I do know they talk about that quite a bit.
Well, I mean, you have to source what you say, right?
Yes, and I know that the teachers in the grade school district do talk about that to the kids, that not everything you read is true.
Oh, I can remember in high school when I had to do research papers, countless hours in the library.
Oh.
What I do
footnotes.
What I do here in the morning
Well,
with
I
the
didn't
bucket
say
of
what I
bunk.
was doing at the moment.
You were there
Countless
still-
hours at the library.
You were looking for that girl that was in home ec earlier. What I do on the bucket of bunk is let's find out something interesting about Marilyn Monroe versus doing a research paper. Trust me, I've done countless research papers, and I know how to footnote and give credit to people, that have facts. Those are two different things,
Yes.
quite honestly.
Yeah.
I just want to say that. Ben says all Fairfield area schools still teach cursive writing. It's a myth that cursive has been banned. It's taught in elementary grades.
It is.
Okay.
And how do we use it?
Very little.
When I write my name,
Pretty much. Kelly says taxes, investing, savings, budgeting.
good morning, you're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. I have an announcement. Illinois Baptist Disaster Relief has free bleach cleaning solution available to anyone who needs it. And we're going to be distributing that this Thursday, June the 4th, from 9 o'clock in the morning until noon in the parking lot at First Baptist Church in Fairfield. You do have to bring your own containers to get this. I've got this in a 55-gallon barrel.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate
calling
it.
that in.
We'll be more than happy to pass that along to everyone. How about this? Here's one from John. Building trades and firearms safety. Can you see that in high school?
Well, the firearm safety, but you know what? We do have a Jason Musgrave did. We call it the Outdoors Club, but they did archery and trap shooting and things like that. Bass fishing is very big with the yes. As far as building trades, fantastic program.
Yeah.
It just wasn't sustainable.
No, because you have to sell what you build too, and it's got to be able to. The money has to level out, right? I mean,
And we couldn't find a teacher anymore.
Yeah, well, that's hard. You have to have a lot of skills.
And people are talking about this, but the kids have to want to take these courses
Right.
when you're talking about high school.
Marianne says logic and ethics. Is that not taught in most courses in some way?
That
Or
sounds
not?
like a philosophy course to me.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing. Constitution and real history, that is, I mean, you have to pass Constitution to get through the high school, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And you have to take it history.
here's an interesting one. Tammy says movie history.
I'd take that class.
Well, that's so they can answer our trivia questions.
There
in the
you
morning.
go. Wow, movie history. I bet you a lot of movies are watched to try to get around reading the book
Yeah.
that's assigned in English class. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And Dennis thinks we don't teach enough common sense. I don't know how you would. You know what? A lot of these things are taught by virtue of participation
Yeah.
in sports and other activities at the high school.
I
too.
think so.
Well, and I think common sense comes from life experiences and being able to make mistakes and learn from your mistakes.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I've never been a parent. I know, but I also know that you have to allow your kids to do some things on their own as they get older. And you can't prevent everything from, and they have to be able to start making decisions on their own, because if you make a bad decision, most people learn from those bad decisions. Now we have some people that just keep continuing to make bad mistakes, but that's...
And you can see them on our mugshot page.
Speaking of people who make good decisions,
Right.
I know someone you can call, and it would be a good decision.
Right you are, Mark. That would be Brian Reitenauer of Reitenauer HVAC, because he's the guy you need to talk to. And let me tell you something. Here's a guy that knows all about. He got trades training.
He knows all about heating and air conditioning, and we're about to start seeing if that air conditioner works at our houses.
Coming tomorrow.
Yep. It's going to
If
get
you
up
haven't,
there.
fire it up to make sure it works.
And if not, call. If you have fired it up and you got problems, you need to call Brian Reitnauer. He is the person to contact. He uses Rude equipment and Payne furnaces and air conditioning, and he would be the one to call right now. He's open 24 hours a day. He'll come and take care of your problem. All you need to do is ask for Brian Reitnauer. Tell him that you heard about it on Morning Coffee. Write this down. Get a piece of paper and pencil. Here's the number. It is the same area code, 618-214-2593. Brian Reitnauer. All right. You got trivia today?
Unless Z has brought trivia.
I have no trivia.
All right. Well, have you got trivia? Is it time, or do we have time to talk about anything else?
It's time.
All right. Well, then tell us.
It's time. How about some movie trivia?
Well, that should be taught in the high schools.
Yeah.
They'll sign you up right now.
All right. Number one. What are the dying words of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane?
Yeah. Okay.
Number two, who played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate?
Oh, man.
Did you pull something?
This bothers me. I know this.
Number three, what was the first feature-length animated movie?
Full feature length animated.
Number four, in The
movie.
Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red pill?
I don't know.
Number five, for what movie did Tom Hanks win his first Academy Award nomination?
I'm going to take a guess there.
Number six, what 1927 musical was the first talkie?
Okay.
Number seven, what's the name of the skyscraper in Die Hard?
I just watched that the other day.
Number eight, what flavor of Pop-Tarts does Buddy the Elf use in his spaghetti?
I only know of one flavor that I can be sure of.
All right. Number nine, what real-life, on-again, off-again Hollywood power couple starred in the film Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Okay, I know that.
All right. And number 10, who played Sergeant John Stryker in the movie Sands of Iwo Jima?
Oh. Okay, I know that. All right. Boy, those are good. This almost reminds me of Anthony Zerlini every time I hear this. You know what I mean? Makes me want to play some basketball, baby. All right, we're going to be back with more Morning Coffee. We'll have the answers to that. We're here with Z, and we'll be back on Morning Coffee after this.
NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
Hi, I'm Matt Martin, and in all my years of playing professional hockey, I've gotten my share of bruises and injuries. But for many who really put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. I'm talking about our veterans. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress, and tragically, 20 take their own lives. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane, serving the U.S. military for over 100 years, has put together a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving service animals. If you are a veteran or know a veteran struggling with PTS, please go to AmericanHumane.org for this free, downloadable resource. Let's give our veterans the help they need to win their battle.
For more information, visit AmericanHumane.org.
CRHPC has recently enhanced provider availability at our Fairfield location. Matt Brown is a physician's assistant and Allison Frost is a nurse practitioner and have recently joined our team and are excited to serve you. Both provide a full spectrum of healthcare for all your family members regardless of age. Call 618-842-4470 to schedule your appointment at the Fairfield Community Health Center.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. We're going to talk with Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
We are getting close to the new deals that are coming out for June.
That is correct. We're still technically in May, so today is the last day of May for us. So,
Are the deals going to be smoking hot like the weather?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Are you seeing more
traffic? They're not going to be damp. We'll put it that way. I think this is our first weekend without rain in like 3 years, wasn't it?
Yes.
Are you seeing more traffic, Shelton?
We were fairly slow when this junk all hit. Back in March, we've been very busy.
Well, good.
Yeah, I just put this out there again. We're not going out of business. The lot's just looking a little bare, but we've been busy.
I noticed that coming to work this morning. I looked and I thought, you guys have been busy selling the trucks, man.
Well, the plants have been shut down for 3 months, so that's really helpful on getting the new inventory in. But we've been making some deals, trading for good used stuff. We've been buying some good used stuff. So,
and if someone is coming to look for a vehicle, wanting to trade in, if they can't find something on the lot, you guys can find it for them.
We can. If it's out there and available, we'll grab it up for you. So.
And if you just want to sell your vehicle, you guys buy too. Is that right?
That is correct. That is
right.
correct.
All right. Well, Sheldon, I guess we'll find out the new deals on Thursday when we talk to you, right?
Sounds good. Well, we should have some new programs out there.
All right. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you Thursday, Sheldon. Have a good one.
All right. You guys have a great week and enjoy Phase 3.
All right. Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Does your financial future depend on the performance of a single investment? In any type of market, allocating your investments among a variety of assets may help minimize risk. I understand the importance of asset allocation and can design a diversified portfolio based on your risk profile to help you attain your goals. For details, call me, Chris Conard, at 842-7855. That's 842-7855. Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
Your Classic Hits Fairfield area weather forecast. Sunshine today, high 80. Partly cloudy tonight, low 60. Sunny and 90 tomorrow. For Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 90. Showers on both Thursday and Friday with the highs in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight low 54. Yesterday's high was 76. Currently, humidity at 49%. Winds out of the south-southeast at 7 miles an hour. And the pressure at 30.3. Sunshine right now, we've got 68 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looks great as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the area in terms of precipitation. Radar weather brought to you this morning by the Conard Financial Group.
Oh, that's manna for my heart. I love.
Did you see the movie yesterday?
No, did not.
That movie's good.
And is it on Netflix or Amazon?
I saw it on HBO, but I liked it.
I thought you said you didn't watch any TV yesterday.
I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Last night. I did last night. And let me just tell you what I saw. Yeah. It's Steve Carell.
Oh, the Space Force.
Space was it good?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I got 2 episodes in. It's pretty good.
All right. Number 1. What are the dying words of Charles Foster Kane?
Rosebud.
Rosebud was his sled.
Yeah, it was his sled. Mm-hmm. Who played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate?
I can do it if you can't, Z.
Anne Bancroft?
That's it.
That's it.
Mel Brooks' wife,
Yep.
yes.
Number 3. What was the first feature-length animated movie?
I have a guess, but you try.
I know that it was Mickey Mouse and the Steamboat thing,
No,
but that
no.
was a cartoon.
This is a feature.
Was it Fantasia?
I'm going to say Snow White.
Snow White.
Okay.
Okay.
In The Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red
We got a
pill?
50% chance here. Do you know? What, everybody out here? What?
It was red.
Red.
Yeah.
They're
I know
pulling
he's
on
out
his
there
shirt.
doing this.
No, but I thought it was red.
The pocket pill. Okay.
All right, number 5. For what movie did Tom Hanks score his first Academy Award nomination?
Now, I want to say the Philadelphia Story.
It is not the Philadelphia Story.
How about Big?
It is Big.
Bachelor Party.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
That movie's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All righty, number 6. What 1927 musical was the first talkie?
Boy, I don't know.
27
They've
musical.
remade it a couple of times.
I was only in high school, so.
There at least once.
Jazz singer.
The
The jazz singer,
Okay.
well done, Tom Levine from the Peanut Gallery. You know, you bolster the Peanut Gallery now. I mean, it used to be like a.
I noticed they all came down here for trivia, and I'm glad they do.
They're good.
I love trivia.
Number 7. What's the name of the skyscraper in Die Hard?
Oh, Tom knows.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Yes, sir.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
All right.
guess I'm not a diehard guy.
Number 8. What flavor of Pop-Tarts does Buddy the Elf use in his spaghetti?
You gonna take a chance at that?
Strawberry?
Not
I'm gonna say
strawberry.
cherry.
Not cherry.
What?
S'mores?
S'mores?
Close. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Okay. All right.
I'll take s'mores. I'll accept that.
Okay.
Number 9. What real-life, on-again, off-again Hollywood power couple starred in the film Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton.
Yes.
There you go. Number 10. Who played Sergeant John Stryker in the movie Sands of Iwo Jima?
The Duke.
The Duke.
Yeah. When he
we
got
were just
killed.
talking about how many he got killed in the Sands of Iwo Jima. He also got killed in the Fighting Seabees. I think there's only one other film that he gets killed in.
Isn't it like he's on a ship? It's a boat, and he's a captain or something. It's a real old one, but I think he dies in that one too.
Maybe more than 3.
Yeah.
I thought he died late in his career in one of the shootist or something like that.
Yeah, he had cancer.
Oh yeah.
He had cancer in that one movie.
Didn't he?
And he dies in that one. Yeah.
Well, no, in the one where not the shootist. What's the one where he gets all the kids rounded up and they go on they take the cat
Yes.
the round.
Yes.
He dies in that one.
Yeah.
What is the name of that
I
one?
can't remember that
All right.
movie.
I'm looking out the
All right.
peanut gallery, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy.
How about a bonus question
All right.
on a John Wayne movie for you?
Perfect.
Okay, back to Sands of Iwo Jima.
Okay.
All righty. What is the name of John Agar's character?
What is the name? I mean, the actor?
The actor John Agar.
Yes.
What's the name of his character in that movie?
Oh man, no way.
What was it?
It's also Sergeant Stryker's son's name.
I don't have a clue what that is.
Sam Conway.
Well, of course.
And the only reason I know that is because I saw the movie the other day.
Oh, that's cheating.
That is cheating.
Yeah,
That's not coming from pure memory.
No.
And you know what you need to do is you can't rely on things like Wikipedia for things like that,
Right.
Or your own personal knowledge of it. You gotta give us some footnotes on this.
Right.
Z, you know, it was great having you, and we're going to start having you on a regular basis, kind of rotate you in so that we can. Oh, but right now, is there baseball or no baseball?
They're going to have baseball. They just somebody's got to knock some heads there and make them see some sense, both sides.
You don't feel that way, do you?
I don't know that there is going to be baseball this year.
I think they're going to have basketball and hockey. They'd look pretty bad.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have NFL.
Yes. I've got my doubts on baseball as well. I really do, and that'd be a terrible shame.
Because especially they've got big contract talks coming up after next year.
Yeah. Well,
Are we
guys
going to have? And the big question is, if we don't have baseball this year and they have those big contract talks coming up next year, is there going to be a strike?
That's right.
Yeah. Colin McDuffie's going to be here tomorrow as the guests come back.
All
they
right.
come back to the roost.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Well, thanks for being
thanks
here.
for coming in.
We really appreciate it, and we'll see you here tomorrow, same time,
We'll be
same
here.
place. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, and WFIWradio.com, the news leader in southeastern Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Visit Boyd Mattress Center and take a rest test. 20 models on display. 895-3000.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Around 4,400 people have been arrested during the protests and riots since George Floyd's death in Minneapolis, according to a count by the Associated Press. President Trump is among those blaming some of the violence on far-left groups.
The president tweeted the U.S. will designate Antifa